Oh man. Alrighty. On to chapter 7. Wanting answers. Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Hope these answers
Finally,
aren't
somebody wants answers. Holy crap.
Hope these answers aren't like answers people already heard in like 3 chapters prior or something.
Yeah. I also feel like this is chapter 7.
Yep.
And like, there's actually only 9 chapters. I realized the others are just shit posts. So like,
Oh my god, that's right. Yikes. Well,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can just finish it today. Honestly, I don't know.
maybe, honestly, yeah.
I don't know where I'm at with this, but yeah, I'm somewhere.
All right. Chapter 7, Wanting Answers. Author's note. Hey guys, this is the new chapter.
Obviously, holy shit.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Well, I guess compared to how she posts these miscellaneous things, I guess you would need clarification for that. By the way, I'm going through the other chapters and specifying whose point of view they are from, because it took me 10 minutes to realize whose chapter this was. Oh, I can't even remember. This is my story. Anyway, enjoy.
This is my story. Imagine being the reader. LOL. Like,
Yeah, it's like, that's good consideration for the reader, author. Thank you for that.
It's like this story is too confusing even for me, and I'm writing it. That's a good sign, right?
Anyways.
Yeah, pretty quirky.
Warning. Ivory is a little bit not very smart in this chapter, but I have plans for her in the future. That's
What does that mean?
a way to dance around the issue. Just warning, Ivory is dumb in this chapter.
Like, why do I need a warning for that? Just let me just freaking experience the damn book. Like, holy crap. Yeah.
Alright, Ivory point of view. I like the new girl, Everett. She seems nice and even makes jokes to lighten up the mood. Being locked in a cellar isn't really a morale booster. I started eating my food and getting used to the place, but I hate everything at the moment, especially the thing that put us in here. Also, maybe even Sage. What?
Why?
She gets all of Nathan's attention and she doesn't even make an effort.
Holy crap, I need a jealousy warning here. This is too much.
It just makes my blood boil just thinking about it. But not run,
God.
like what's the phrase?
Yeah, at least
Everett's.
I'm fucking blood dripping from me.
Everett's blood just runs all through the streets or whatever.
Yeah, suck it, Everett.
We suffer from extreme boredom most of the time. I like how no one's concerned. No one's mind is preoccupied with being
boredom.
trapped in a cellar. They're just, well, this is the worst kidnapping I've ever had. There's nothing
Ho-hum.
to do.
Yeah.
We're not even being tortured.
Yeah, it's like...
We usually just talk about random things, but now we have started to run out of things to say. With most memories of our personal life completely or mostly erased, everyone here probably knew you just as well as you did. Now there was only silence, until it was time for us to eat, and then we would sleep. This is a really engaging story. I didn't understand. I'm glad the author's laying it all out here for us.
I almost feel like I'm kidnapped in a basement just waiting for something to happen.
I feel like that little segment I just read was a good summary of the last 3 chapters.
Yeah, it's like, because you ran out of things to talk about, as you can imagine would happen in this scenario.
All we did was eat and sleep, and we sat around in silence because there's nothing to do
If
in a
I
cellar.
had to guess, nothing's gonna happen in this chapter. That's my bet.
All right, well, hey, maybe we'll get some answers, you know?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll want some answers.
Oh,
is I think what I'm...
That's a scary distinction, yes. It's gonna end with after a meandering paragraphs about, oh, we're so bored. It's like, you know what? I want some answers in chapter.
Finally, I was curious about something. It's like, what? Where did this come from? Where was this Iva or Ivory? Maybe instead of saying Ivory point of view, just say Ivory point of view, but she goes by Ivy point of view.
Just for extra added clarification. Yes.
Just so we exactly know. Because, again, the whole point of a nickname for a character is, not to reference their full name every single time they're mentioned, as is done here with the Ivory point of view blurb.
I didn't understand the point of kidnapping us when he would do nothing except come in, feed the kids, then leave. The most terrifying part of this whole thing was the fact that nothing was happening while our families probably thought we were dead. If we even have families. Although, you could probably reasonably assume that, you have
The
families.
most terrifying part of this is the financial burden we probably were to him. Why would he feed us?
All this
and just
ham,
keep
it's
us
been
here?
weeks, I think. It's just, how can he afford so much
room
ham?
board? Is he gonna write us an invoice when this is all said and done? How does this work?
We need some
Someone's gonna
answers.
pay for the moldy ham.
But he's gonna come in one day and leave a bill for them.
Yeah. He's like, by the way, this is your rent. You can't pay it. You got to get out. And they're like, oh, okay.
It's like, well, that was a weird ending.
That was a freebie. Yeah. See, that'd be great. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, right. I would love that. A little bit of self-awareness here. The thought sent a cold shiver down my spine. I couldn't bear the fact that we might not have anyone or anything to go back to. I shook my head, clearing away the pessimism. Does this thing do anything?
She's not Sage, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess she was able to do that. Does this thing do anything besides bringing food for us? I practically shouted, frustrated. He hasn't done anything else to us, so I guess the answer is no.
Hasn't done anything else to us besides probably drug us and kidnap us.
Yeah,
but
we
right.
do have memory issues right now, so there's something going on there. Oh well.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know why, but his answer...
He's just basically a lunch lady. Like,
more or less. Just a little, aggressive, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly why, but his answer sent waves of hatred through my body. It was so strong I could barely stand, so I sat back down on my sleeping bag, attempting, but failing, to calm myself down. When the thing finally returned with dinner, I did the unthinkable. What are your intentions other than feeding us? I asked stiffly. My nerves...
finally some drama.
Yeah, wow, you're actually going to, question the kidnapper, and I'm just going to go along with this idea. It's like, well, I'm assuming he's know what he's doing. I mean, he's professional here, so... He has a whole cellar and everything, so...
It's like, well, it's worked out pretty well so far, right?
This ain't amateur hour, so...
Right.
Let's see. I asked stiffly, my nerves making me so nauseous I could throw up the little food that currently occupied my stomach. Everyone, except that ugly thing, looked at me like I was crazy. For a moment, I thought the thing was going to answer me. I waited patiently, but he just smirked and gave us the food, leaving my question unanswered and my mind even more frustrated. Not unlike the reader right now.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Everett scolded at me. How dare you question our overlord, the thing?
Yeah.
I didn't think
the thing works in mysterious ways. Don't question it.
I didn't think I was obligated to answer, but I did anyways. I was thinking that I should get some answers. I snapped back, my tone a lot harsher than I intended. You could have been killed, she shouted. He might have smited you with ham. I don't know.
He could have given you a smaller portion of moldy ham.
He would have thrown a particularly hard biscuit at you. She shouted, standing up and looking at me straight in the eyes. Well, at least that's better than being trapped in here for eternity, I yelled back, turning around and sitting down to eat my dinner. No one talked to me for the rest of the night, but Nathan kept glaring at me like I made a huge mistake. Oh man, lots of tension rising right now. Like, obviously in a better written story, I could see the natural character arcs of these people, how they succumb to Stockholm syndrome or whatever, and so they're like, why are you questioning the leader or something? But here it's like the abridged version, basically. It's like,
here it's like, well, we don't want things to get worse.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, personally, I like old ham, I'm just saying, guys. You don't need to wrestle the jimmies here.
Look, we get to eat breakfast food. They get to sleep basically bed and breakfast every day. They have people to talk to. That's fun.
We have all the basic necessities, guys. I mean, let's not push our luck here,
Right. It's like, come on. Like, why mess up a good thing, right?
Mr. Ugly knows what's best. I think we can all agree,
Yeah. Don't bite the hand that feeds you stale biscuits. Come on,
Author's note. So, I'm very sorry.
Don't forget 539 words. This is,
Yeah, I like how the last chapter's like, I'm glad these chapters are getting longer, but then cut to half the length.
And arguably, this is the most interesting chapter of the book too, and it's the shortest one, so that's interesting.
That's very telling. So I'm very sorry for the short chapter. Seriously, I felt like if I put anything else, it wouldn't work out the way I wanted it to. What does that mean? I told you that Iva wasn't being her best in this chapter, and I wasn't lying. I promise it gets worse for her, though. It gets worse for all of them.
Okay, so I guess as a reader, we're supposed to think, oh, Iva's reckless and
she was in the
stupid.
Wrong to question Mr. Ugly.
Yeah, because that's what it says in the beginning. I forgot. She's like, oh yeah, Iva's a little bit stupid here. You'll see what I mean. But it's like, all right.
It's not like she attacked Mr. Ugly. That would have made sense. Well, that's pretty risky. You're just gonna attack the killer with no real plan. But no, she's just gonna ask him, what are you doing here? It's like, okay. What's he gonna do?
I really like her next note though.
Oh yeah, sorry, but I'm a writer, and it's my job to be an evil person. Hope you enjoyed this chapter.
Not really. Well, I like the part where it's like, I promise it gets worse for her though. It gets worse for all of them. Sorry, but I'm a writer. This is what it. Yeah, okay, keep it real.
Yeah, maybe the real plot twist is that she is Mr. Ugly.
There's one comment which is just, you're cool, finger guns in asterisk. There's a reply that I can't read because it's not cited in my account, I guess.
Oh, so. Well, you're not missing much. It's from Keep It Real, and it says, thanks, bud.
No, man, I'm really missing out by not signing up for this thing.
Really, yeah, it really accentuates the experience, I think. Of the Cellar.